Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Working on a 2015 Buick. It's an Enclave 3.6 and had a little bit of an accident. Seen some kid decided to not wait his turn, hung a left right in front and wound up hitting us. So we're going to take the bumper apart, see what the damage is underneath. I think we're going to be able to fix it with some plastic weld and some flexible filler and maybe a trim piece, and won't even need to file insurance because it's going to be cheaper just to fix it. Well, like Mrs. D says, at least nobody was hurt. That's the most important thing. Is kids, kids get in a hurry, people get in a hurry and don't pay attention. First thing we're going to do, rip the wheels off. I've already had a peek behind the bumper cover. I think we're okay. I think what we'll find is just the the fascia, the bumper cover, if you will. The pretty piece, the actual structural bumper is going to be fine. On an unrelated note, Mrs. D has asked us to look at the brakes. She says they're squealing, so 60, 70,000 on the clock, probably not. Well, those still have a good bit of meat. We'll take a look at them, make sure we're not hanging a pad somewhere. Could be the backs. The back's never been done. I've done these once. I'm gonna go rip the wheel off the other side, and we're gonna remove this trim piece, the wheel liner, and that will give us access to remove the bumper cover. All right. First thing we need to do is get this wheel opening molding off so that we can access the bumper bolt that's right here. So to do that, there's a couple dozen T something or others, T15 fasteners. There's like 8 maybe more. There'll be 3 back here, and those you definitely don't want to lose. That's interesting. Okay. So there's 3 right here. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and 2 under here. 5 and 3 is 8 plus 2 more is 10. And you don't need to take, service data is going to tell you need to take the entire wheel well liner out. And Mayor to tell you don't. The only reason we're removing these screws, is to free this. And we free this so we can get to that bolt. Other than that, there's no reason. Up here, there are 3 of your, typical GM push-in type fasteners. So, get them started with a screwdriver. It's one of these guys. And there's 3 of them. And don't sit right underneath the liner as you're fiddling with it, because you'll get a face full of dirt. And nobody wants that. Oh, come here. You're going to be a pain in the hooski, aren't ya? I like to get them started with just a regular flathead screwdriver. And then once I can get under it, I just use a pair of wire snips. I have one of these. The angle's not really great in here. These are in here pretty close. So this works just as good. So again, there'll be 3 of those. And then you simply pull out, and there's those typical body molding snap clips. Just work your way around. Don't go all gorilla on it because you'll break it. Who's hanging on? Who's hanging on? Where are you? There we go. If you can get in behind it, you can finagle the clip. Let me get those two off. A little more room. Get my big fat hand in there. Come on, you let go. That one's being a... Let's see, get some light here so we can see. There we go. So it's got these jobbers with the little metal things on the body side. About 8 of them. Easy peasy. Underneath the car, there are 2 10mm bolts, one here and on the opposing side that hold the bumper on. You're gonna want to get that guy right there. It's a 7mm, and there's one on the other side. Pop a bumper cover off. You want to pull straight out. Don't be going full gorilla on it. If it's not coming off like that, stop, double check, make sure you've got all the fasteners. The last thing you want to do is rip this. It's just one more step you've got to do in your repair. So I'm going to go pop the other side off. We have a few fasteners up top under the hood that we're going to remove, and the bumper cover should come off. Now at this point, because we are going to be very close to the airbag sensors, safety third, disconnect your battery, go through your airbag zone disabling process, whatever the factory service data says to do when you got your fingers in where the airbag sensor is off, because the last thing you want to do is set off an airbag and your cost of your repair just went way up. We'll know soon enough. Again, T15 bit. Bit more light here. All right, I think we're good. I'm gonna move you guys because I'm gonna knock you over, so be right back. Slowly. All right, piece of video for the underwriter, but I believe if we line up, and my gimbal keeps tipping, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's like the motor's overheating, but I think the point of impact was right in here. If I look at the back side of the bumper, there's the hole. That's basically all the damage. I haven't looked at any of this yet, but click, there we go. And it looks like kind of most of the damage was from the pushing right here. It kind of tore it, and he hit me in a this way direction, so that probably worked as a knife. I don't see any structural damage. I'll get my level out. We're also assume that the jack stands on the garage floor is level, but we'll take some measurements. Yeah, I don't see any movement on the frame bolts. I don't see any. I really don't see anything. The trans cooler looks fine. HVAC evaporator looks fine. So most of the damage appears to be superficial on the bumper cover. We'll get this up on the workbench, start, take a look at the grill. I think this trim piece is damaged because he hit right here and kind of pushed me that way. So, friggin' kids. All right, let me show you what I see. I'm just kind of looking at the position of the grill, and it was pushed in a little bit, and it doesn't appear to be broken, if not just dislodged slightly. So it looks like maybe this tab right there is broken. But there we go. If I can just, if we slip, we bleed with that tool. And I'm gonna try not to hit you guys there. I believe we'll turn it around and have a look. But there's a tab, an alignment tab right here that's tweaked. And I think if we can tweak it back, the grill will sit flush, which I'm fine with because apparently this is special order from GM for like $700 or $800 my cost. So I can only imagine what the body shop would mark it up to, like $1,500. And not one to be found in a junkyard. We'll go ahead and remove the energy absorber. Have a look at that. So the impact would have been, well, right there. Okay, and you can see where the plastic cut into it. So that was probably where, when he hit me, he caught probably with his rear wheel arch. And that's what cut that, or his tire, actually. Thinking with the rubber marks on the front, it's probably tire. I don't recall whether he had a painted trim package or not. It was a Hyundai. All right, so let's have a look over here. I'm going to pick you guys up and move so you guys can see the damage. Yeah, like I said, not really a whole lot in the line of damage. This is not pushed up. This is certainly pushed out. We're going to try our hand at some plastic welding. Let me move that so you guys don't have such a glare, but this is concave out. Not really sure what he hit. There's nothing there, so I'm not sure what he hit. We've looked at the transmission cooler, the evaporator coils, the condenser coils and all the lines. Nothing's been tweaked. Looks like our fog light here has been displaced, but okay, so we got to remove that. So we need like a 7 or 6 millimeter there. That should come right out. And then we've got looks like some snappy bits. We're gonna have to replace. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. Jeez, worst video on YouTube. We're gonna have to remove this. This is the chrome trim around the fog light, and that's gonna have to be replaced. Just because it's typical GM plastic chrome. So, all right, let's get those. Everything else seems to be fine, albeit somewhat dirty. I promised Mrs. Z I would at least have it stripped before she gets home. She's out in the convertible with the youngest. There's our fog light, maybe. I guess that's what it would be called. No damage. It works. Right. All right, let's see, what do we got here? We got a push donger there, and alignment donger there. See, donger, what's bumper, what's not? This is all bumper. If I recall the way this looked at on the GM catalog, I believe we gotta do like that. And that. Get that guy going. Now, we got a plastic in the way here. And this part's gonna get replaced, so we don't really care. What we're really trying to do is save the bumper cover. I mean, I could paint a whole bumper cover. That's not that big a deal. I just don't want to if I don't have to. Can you guys see? All right, we're gonna get real close, and we're gonna get real close now. All the ASMR people are gonna be freaking out right now. We're not even gonna social distance. What are you caught on right there? Something's on there right there. I don't know what it is. Enough of these friggin' things separated. That's bumper, that's plastic. Well, that didn't help you guys at all, or me. Not till, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Just whisper in your ear. As I stab myself, God, you guys are gonna be able to hear when I stab my finger. It's gonna be in spatial sound. All right, 26 hours later, and as I was saying, simply flip these tabs up and it falls right out. Yeah, so there's actually one that we couldn't see because we were getting so chummy. There's one right in here. You got to wiggle your pick in there and lift up. And then there's one back in here that you wiggle your pick in this way, and you can kind of see it back in there. You give it the old, and out she comes. So having a look, you can see, chrome-plated plastic, junk. So we're going to replace that, and we're going to fix that. Let's melt some plastic and breathe some harmful fumes. All right, don't tell Mrs. D, but we've got her hair dryer. And what we're going to try to do is heat this up, or let the plastic relax, and see if we can get it somewhat back into shape. And then we'll break out the plastic welder and close it up. Prep, prime, paint. That'll be a different video. Maybe we'll split this into several videos, but we've got some pushing implements, a dead blow hammer. I like the wooden end of a small hammer, and I do like this, and this flat spot and this curved spot. Working around, this is gonna be pretty flat surface, so. folks. I think that's going to be pretty okay. We're going to do a little Frankenstein zip tie work. And I'm not going to record that because it's pretty boring stuff, but I'll show you the result when I'm done. All right, let me show you what I've done. Wow, that's an awful shadow. There you go. So I actually wound up, zip tying it, and you just drill, maybe 1/4 inch holes. These are like 4-inch zip ties, real small, not your standard size. I got 6 of them there, so it does kind of look like, Frankenstein on the other side. And the hairdryer wasn't getting it, so what we wound up doing was hitting it with a torch several times. We worked this flatter, remember this was curved in. This was kind of, pushed in and curved in right here. So we pushed it in and then pushed the part that was in out. Let me zoom out. Jeez. This we had done with a hairdryer. That's fine. We've got basically all this line up. What I thought was okay with the hairdryer turned out to be, it was kind of pushed in. If I had welded it as is, the bumper would have been, kind of cattywampus. So, we'll weld that back down. So, we're gonna here. We'll go around to the other side. Yeah. Hey, check it out. I got a convertible Mercedes. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks ugly right now. Of course, a lot of this is just marks. It'll buff right off. But our goal here was to get this as flush as possible and even slightly recessed. And we'll put a skim coat of material on it. We'll trim some of this down. And, got a low spot right there. That's fine. We can fill that in. And then we also hit flatten this out, which caused an indentation there, which is fine. We can fill that with filler. We'll clean all this up, prime it, and be ready to paint. Well, I think that just about does it for us tonight, folks. I'm tired. I had to work all day, deal with this, and had to get one of the 2 tires on another car and state inspection. That one's got you can't align it because lower control arm issue. We just put ball joints in it like a year and a half ago. We'll have to take a look at that. Saab's got a rattle in the back end. The fun never ends, folks, but we'll be back. We'll plastic weld this. I'll bring you guys along next video, so to be continued. Thanks for watching.